Hi everybody, this is Rosine, your host. Welcome again to Your Story, My Inspiration podcast. Today I have some exciting news. Of course, I have a special guest and I'm gonna let her introduce herself, then we take it from there.
Yeah, so my name is Margaret and I currently work for a immigration and refugee service agency and I was doing career pathways. I was the coordinator for the refugee career pathway program and now I work as an intensive case management supervisor.
Thank you, Margaret, for coming. Thank you for showing up for this show. It's really important that here that we spread good message. It's positivity, helping people that are just new here. They are trying to break into workforce. They are trying to find their dreams and pursue everything that they think that would be better for their future. So speaking of which, you just mentioned that at some point you worked in career pathway, which means you help the people to know what to do next. They just got here, but they don't know where to start professionally. Education, they start by what to put in a resume to have a good resume that would be trustable so you can be hired somewhere. Can you give us some tips?
Yeah, so one of the things I notice a lot of immigrants that come here, they put their photo in their resume. So usually in American resumes, we don't have photos. So pretty much just a name, your contact information, and really we want like a good bio. So I would say about 2 to 4 sentences explaining your education, your skills you have, and really like what are your goals. So for example, if you were doing like nursing, like what are skills that are good for nursing? So had maybe you're very caring, you're very empathetic, you graduated a bachelor's degree in maybe nursing in, I don't, let's say Rwanda. And those are things like you would highlight. And then on the side, you would just put like your skills that are related to what you did in your country. And after that, I would say for the skills, you can always Google it and you can always find like different words. So, for example, if you did nursing, if you did something in medical, find keywords that would be related to that. So, for example, like caregiving or first aid CPR or critical thinking, something that would be related to your career. And then we would just go off of your history, what you did, and then all at the bottom we would list your accomplishments. But I always on the top of the resume I would highlight their education, especially if they have a higher level education. So that's really what I do in a resume, and I make them very pretty. I give it really awesome templates, and I think I like my resumes to stand out and just provide and not too long as well. So you don't want a resume that has like a lot of stuff going on. You just want like key bullet points in a resume, like 3 to 4 bullet points, and just try to make it about like 2 pages, your resume or your CV.
You heard it. 2 pages max, at least to make sure that it's not boring. Like people are gonna, pages, not 10 pages, no. Also, she just mentioned picture, no picture. Better not picture. Also, she mentioned something like skills and keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really important. I think I mentioned like in the past episodes where you gotta know what are the keywords at least in the job descriptions that you are applying for sure you want to adjust and or how would I say it? Like uh incorporate those keywords in your resume so that when they read your resume and they know that they need somebody who has those skills, then they see them there. They can see like your skills that have those keywords that align with what they are looking for, their expectations. So they are, and she mentioned something like she likes the resume that would stand out, like the design and stuff. I can assure you, she helped me.
Yeah.
It was a great resume and it taught me how to do mine. Now I can help somebody else because I have that template that she made for me. And thank you. It taught me a lot. So that
Yeah. Yeah, and when you're looking for keywords are very important for resumes. It really helps. And if you don't know like keywords to find in your specific field, so let's say you did something related to law or nursing or business, like in your country, or even if you were born here, just look it up on Google and you can find like different words like that. So usually that's what helps me generate keywords.
So you heard it about resume. I'm just gonna say one more time. We all have dreams. We all have somewhere we want to get to. So let's start by making sure that our resume are going to be top, top, top. So keywords, skills, making sure that you use good design and stuff. There are some resources online. Do you want to mention those that would probably help them too?
Yeah, so when I was making resumes, I would use resumenerd.com. I would use myperfectresume.com as well. So they have like an AI, it's like specifically AI tool to generate all of that for you. So it saved me a lot of time because I had to do a lot of resumes for people. And you can also find templates online. So if you look up resume templates online on Google, that's another way if you don't want to pay like monthly fee for resume building.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that you understand that there are so many tools out there that would help you, but I'm gonna get back to you sitting down, going through that. Yeah, the resources may help you. AI is perfect, but you need to put your brain and the heart on that one because even if the machine would help you, the AI would help you, you need to sit back and read it again and see if it sounds good because online stuff are there, but we are smarter than those and we know where to put things and sound better. It helps you, it enhances it, but you still need to triple check. That's how I say it. Moving on. If you have any other question later, drop a comment about the resume. I would go back to her if I can't respond to that, but that's all about it. Keep it short, 2 pages maximum, no picture. Keywords. I'm trying to summarize what I should just say so we can move on another topic. So, Margaret, let's talk about career choices. I was a doctor back home. No, this is an example. I guess you get it. I was a doctor back home. I had a degree. I had a nice position, and I'm new to USA. That's still an example. You know that I'm not a doctor. I had a master's degree though. So, but the very first thing I'm taught is just starting by probably dishwasher, starting by housekeeping. Sometimes it's discouraging. You see what I mean? I don't know. I was having a really great position back home. I was a star, maybe. I was a famous journalist, and now I have to start from scratch. Can you motivate somebody who just got here and tell them like how and when and maybe how it like how long it takes to get to your dreams? It's not like in a blink of eye. It takes like some.
Yeah. So I personally, it's the struggle sucks, and I've been there, and I know many people have been there. But at least to make rent and to pay our bills, things like that, we just need to start off with like a job. We have to remember, like just a simple job, and we have to remember that this is only temporary. We have to think that this is just temporary, so and I'm gonna make it to my goals. So we have to keep that in our mindset because usually most immigrants that come here, they have to start off pretty much at the basic level because some of the skills don't transfer over to the United States. So always keep that mindset. And let's say you were a doctor, so the first step would probably be maybe getting like a degree evaluation. So to see if any courses or credits transferred over, or getting your licensing. So we've had some people that were nurses, like for example, I had one client, he was a nurse, and he was able to basically, we were able to transfer over his credits, and he took the exam, the licensing exam, and he took it and he passed, and he was able to become a nurse in the United States. And he was very smart and he was able to do it. It's the same thing like if someone was an engineer. they would have to go through the licensing path. So let's say they would have to transfer over their credits to see if any credits would transfer over. After that, they would go through the path of taking an exam. So some of them, so I would say some of the degrees you would have to take an exam for it, and some of those exams can be very hard. So I know it could be discouraging, but in the long run, if you study for these tests, you could pass. Um, and also it depends like what they're looking for. Like, so for example, we've had one lady from Afghanistan. Unfortunately, the I guess in Afghanistan to be a dermatologist is like 6 7 years. Here it's basically equivalent to a doctor, like 10 years. It didn't transfer over, unfortunately. So some degrees they don't transfer over. But she started off basically as a CN. She took the CNA courses. She went to school, she passed, and then now she works for the Mayo Clinic as a CNA, and she's going to community college for nursing classes. It can be, it sucks to start over. It's very discouraging, but some degrees they can transfer over and some they can't. And it really depends because international credits are very hard to transfer over. But always have like a plan in mind. Always say that this is temporary. If you have a goal and you want to achieve it, like it's definitely possible. So always give yourself grace because we come from bad situations and the money maybe we were making in our country, maybe it wasn't enough money or the living situation wasn't that great. So coming here, maybe it's a struggle, but we're going to get there. So we just have to keep that mindset going.
I love every single word that she just said. Give yourself grace. You're not gonna come and the next day you're gonna be a doctor or get back to whoever you were back home because it's a new country, it's a new system, it's a new culture, it's a new language. For some, we had to learn a lot. So give yourself grace. Remember, it takes time, it takes steps. So if you feel like, oh God, it's been maybe 2 years and I'm not there yet, 2 years is nothing. The first year I can't even remember if I knew how to go to 7-Eleven. So give yourself grace. Mind you, I shared in the past episode, I started as a caregiver. I was doing overnight shift as a caregiver and going to school, which means I didn't get into journalism. I was a journalist back home, not a famous journalist, but I was in journalism and I had that dream of becoming a being in the communications field. That's why I went back to school to further my education. So the point is, as she's saying, sometimes it requires to go back to school. Don't come for me. I know some of the people are like, school, it's long, it can be really challenging. Yes, the systems are really so different. Education system here is something else, but you adjust. As long as you have set your goals, know that you can achieve anything, as she said, you can get there. So take notes, make sure that you understand that it takes time, give yourself grace, and just keep mindset that you can do anything as long as you keep your mindset positive.
Yeah, and it also depends like what you're going for too. So some degrees like you don't necessarily have to go to a university. There's some people they go to like a trade, like they go into like plumbing, they go into like one was HVAC, which is like basically like an air technician. And some people they do like a business certification. They want to learn how to start like a business in the United States. Um, there's really like a lot. Some people go into makeup school, and it's just maybe like several weeks to like I think it's not like a very long program. So there's some programs depending what you want. There's short-term certifications. So if you want to be like a dentist, you can start off being a dental assistant, which is like a 10-week program, and then you can move forward in that. So it really just depends. But there is like short-term certifications if someone doesn't want to go down the path of going back to like a 4-year university, which is totally understandable. But some people they go into nursing or which is a little bit more short term. I think in like if in 2 3 years you can get your RN or your LPN license. Dental school is a bit different. It's a lot longer. But if that's the path you want to go, you can go. But usually the ones that are medical degrees, law degrees, like they can take quite some time. So it just depends what you're looking for.
Isn't this beautiful? You guys, lovely people. Listen to me. You owe me a package of candies. Let me tell you something. Did I just bring like free of charge advices here? And all the question you've been wondering about how like it doesn't take like to go back to school like to take all the 4 years, because you can do some certificate, you can do some short classes, and it depends on what you want to take, what path you want to take. I'm gonna elaborate on this a little bit because let me get to my people from Africa. You get here, you probably surround yourself with friends who went for nursing school, or others are probably truck drivers, whatever out there. What they tell you, oh yeah, if you don't do truck driving, then this is where money is. If you don't go for nursing school, you're not gonna make it here. I was told those such stuff. But what do you want? What is your dream? What can you do? What is your capacity can take you? Because then it's not about money also, because it's about something that you're gonna like at some point. I wake up every morning thinking like I am a good communicator. The message I put out there are really impactful. That's how you would think of. So if you feel like nursing school is something like you can do, because for example myself, I don't like seeing blood. Let's say that I go and cultivate myself and get anatomy, biologically, like physics, everything together, but still I don't feel like being a nurse. That is not gonna bring me any peace of mind at some point. So know what you want. People will tell you everything, will tell you where money is, and do 12 hours shift, being on your feet and stuff. But if it's not something that you feel like, if you not something that you feel like every morning you would wake up and go to work happy, making sure that you make money, yes, but are you happy about it? Then don't. Think of something that you want to do but you're capable of, then you're going to do a great job. Like you deliver quality work. You don't want to go and suck. You want to excel. That is another point that I want to mention. Don't get influenced, but yeah, seek for information, ask around about what you want, your decision, because by the end of the day, you are the one sitting in that chair. You are the one studying those books. It's not like the people who are telling you. Moving forward, I was getting into, some details that I hear friends here and there, wondering. Somebody said I should do this. What do you want personally? So let's talk about maybe we talked about tips for a good resume. We talked about how they can choose what they want to do, and if you want to go for full 4 years of, or if you want to take short courses. I just told you the choices you can make, because it's up to you what you can do, what you think. What else would you tell somebody who just got here, who don't know where to start from, and who is frustrated by everything? Like, I don't know the language. I'm struggling to know the information. Like, where can I find information about school? About, for example, for me, I had to ask around how to get a loan and stuff. Like, what would you be your advice to new people?
Yeah, so if they don't know what they want to do, like a great way is maybe on Google, they have like, it's called One Stop Career. I don't remember the exact website, but if you Google it, like a career survey or career questionnaire, they kind of fit, oh, they would kind of filter, maybe this is what you would like to go into. And sometimes, like when we come here, or even like after we graduate high school, people have this expectation we know at that age what we want to do. And I would say that's not the reality of like 70% of people, even people that are born in the US. There's people that have changed their major like many times. And because I guess their parents wanted them to be like a doctor, or they don't know what they want to do. It's always, so it takes time. Some people in their 30s and 40s still don't know what they want to do. So always realize that you're gonna figure it out. It's just gonna click when you least expect it. Oh, this is what I really like want to do. This is what I really want to be in. So don't frustrate yourself if you don't know exactly where to go. It's gonna come to you. So if there's like a specific thing that you like to do, maybe just start off with like that. If you like to be like an artist, so maybe start off with like selling your art at like a farmer's market. We have like a client who was an artist. He was selling his artwork, and where the Dead Sea is between the border of Jordan and Israel, he was selling mosaic art. And he came here, somebody helped him go to a farmer's market and just sell like his pieces. It's not like really expensive, but at least it's like a start to get his business going. So if you have that type of talent, um try to maybe find like agencies, like maybe obviously like immigration agencies or some nonprofits that can go and help you to that path. So if you're skillful in something, try to use that skill to create like your life.
Thank you so much, Margaret. We're getting to that part where we have like words of wisdom. Let me tell you something. You probably been here for so long and you're still struggling. Or you just came, you don't know where to start. Whatever your situation is, please remember. Today is rough. Tomorrow it's a brand new day. You can draw whatever on the Canva, blank page. You draw what you want. This is to say that you might not feel okay today. It's overwhelming in a new country, blah, 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 blah. Take a moment, breathe in and out, and just remember that tomorrow can be a brand new day, and tomorrow is going to bring brand new stuff. So don't be discouraged by things. I don't know the language, trust me. I had to read, I had to force myself to speak English, and going to school improved my writing skills, stuff like that. Watching movies, I shared some of the tips in the past. I'm not going to repeat myself. If you feel like the culture probably is different, hang out with people. I have friends. I have like, just make sure that you don't close yourself into that little box that you can't even move or breathe. Get out there. There are so many websites that I shared in the past, Meetup, and just figure out how to live with other people. That's how you're gonna know. So remember to take care of yourself. If you feel like overwhelmed, like your mental health is, I always stress that because sometimes people don't know when you are getting into that step, like you are getting depressed or something. So just know when it's not okay. Talk to somebody, search for help. You can ask around. Just take care of yourself. Don't let all this chaos going on out here get into your skin. Just take care of yourself. Well, I'm gonna thank you so much for, helping. This is really helping. It could be one person, it could out of 100 people that are listening to this, watching this, and just get one point of whatever you said. And I call it a win for me, because even if it's just one person, it helped. That's a big change for me. So thank you for helping.
Of course.
If you have any other thing, like something, a message to put out there for people who are chasing their dreams, who have goals, you can just add that, then we will wrap up this conversation.
Yeah, so I would say first is obviously you're going to be in your own community, but try to expand to people that live here. I think that will probably help a lot. And then when you live in like a certain place, you kind of have, well, I would say I'll just give the United States an example. People here are very different. We're a monolith of people of different cultures, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, races, and also just different personalities. So you kind of get a monolith of different people, and you just be open-minded, and hearing different perspectives, I think will help. And then the second thing is that to keep pushing yourself. You don't want to be stuck in the same situation. You always want to keep pushing yourself, because there's people that keep putting themselves in the same situation. So always try to push yourself to do better. That's really important. And that, I think, waking up and being grateful for what you have, doing positive affirmations, like even going for like a walk to the park or like on a hiking trail, or just saying the good things about yourself, I think is really important for your mental health and clarity, and also bringing like good positive energy to you. So that's the advice that I would like to give for everyone here.
She's great. Oh my god. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Some stuff that I wouldn't even think of talking, but they are really so key important. Taking care of yourself and, you know, getting out of the box. Like, it's not about your community. You speak the same language, you come from the same culture. You know that already. So get out there. You know, reach to people like that are different from you, what you used to, what you grew up from, and, you know, to learn more. Well, we can take forever, but I guess if you want to do part two at some point, we could do some other stuff, you know, because I know that you like about also health life, healthy habits. We could do that at some point if we want to do part two. But yeah, let's not take that long. But thank you so much. You're going to wrap up from this, you know, my social media, my YouTube channel. You can go there and share and, you know, subscribe if you haven't done so. Do your thing. Rosine, Rosine, D as dog, but I'm not a dog. Doug. Then my last name, Kamugisha, Kamugisha. Rosine D Kamugisha. That is my YouTube channel. And please, please take care of yourself. It's just a journey. It's just life, adulting. So take care of yourself. Bye. Thank you.